Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru.
So basically we're just raising awareness about Sikhism because not many people know about it, especially about the spiritual message.
Sure.
So this is the leaflet we made, which is called the 3 Facts.
Okay.
And it just goes to the message, some of what the gurus did, and just some interesting facts. So the message, I think you said you probably know a little bit about Sikhism, but the message is there's one creator who's all around us, and this one creator made everybody, and every single human being on the planet is basically the same to that one creator. It doesn't really care about religion, doesn't really care what sex we are, what sexual orientation we are. It just cares about the fact that we can connect to the one. And that's the main message. The message is that this creator is not something which is far away from us, it's something that we can connect to. And right here, on top of our head, we have like an energy center, and that energy center allows us to basically connect. And how we do that is by living honestly, by meditation, singing the praise of God, and serving humanity. So that's the kind of main spiritual message. And how the gurus kind of try to teach people that is that the first guru traveled the world, so he's the second most traveled person in history. He traveled to Rome, Tibet, Mecca, Sri Lanka, and all these places he kept spreading that same message. And then he came back, he realized that people didn't really follow that message, so he set up a community in Punjab, a city which is following those principles that he set up. Later on, the gurus actually made more cities. The 5th guru made the city called Amritsar. You've seen the Golden Temple, right? So that was made by the gurus, but what was special about it is it's got 4 entrances. Mm-hmm. It's open to everybody of all religions. Like for example, if you were Muslim, you could go to Harmandir Sahib, but a Sikh couldn't go to Mecca.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're not welcome there if you're not part of that religion, whereas anybody's welcome to our temples. And now he was actually persecuted by the Islamic rulers of the time and killed, but his son didn't bear a grudge against all of Islam. There were some poor Muslims in a town called Sri Hargobindpur that he was charged of that town, and they said, look, we haven't got a mosque, we haven't got enough money. So he made them a mosque. Okay. You know, so that we don't hate any religion, we just hate people that are doing bad stuff, and we're trying to defend ourselves against them. But at the same time, we're not hating any single person on this planet. And then his son, who was the 9th guru, actually he saved the whole of Hinduism for extinction. The Mughals were trying to convert every single person in India to become Muslim. And they came to him for help, and they said, look, can you help us? We're being persecuted for our beliefs. And what he did, he decided that he was going to give his own life to save the freedom of Hindus to practice their religion. It's not saying that he is Hindu, but it's just that he's saying, look, anybody should be able to practice their religion without fear. Mm-hmm. So the idea was no fear. And he was beheaded in Delhi for that. So it's the prophet of a faith, building a place of worship for another faith, the prophet of a faith giving his life to save another faith. It's quite unique. And the message of the oneness of humanity, and that the gurus basically decided after the 10 gurus that now it's always going to be about the 11th guru, which is the scripture. What's interesting about the scripture, you've probably been to a Gurdwara and seen that right at the front. We bow to the scripture. We don't bow to any holy place or any other person when we bow to the scripture. Inside the scripture, the 5th guru, they compiled it themselves, and what they put in there were writings by saints that were of different religious traditions. Mm-hmm. So it's not that they were like a hardcore Muslim or a hardcore Hindu. They were just people who had kind of found the truth about God within different traditions. And they said, look, the truth is everywhere. Yeah? And we're going to collate the supreme truth and put it into this one text for all of humanity. And so that's the Guru Granth Sahib Ji, and you can see the names of God that are used inside there. Sure. It could be mother, could be father, it could be the beloved, it could be Allah, it could be Ram. It's not like God has no name. Sure. It's just human beings, trying to connect to the one who made them. Yeah. That's all it is. And what's interesting about the Guru Granth Sahib Ji, it's all in music. From beginning to end, it's composed in poetry, and it's divided not by chapters on, say, this chapter of this or chapter of that. It's all divided by music. So it's really unique in that sense. It's not really a religious text that is comparable to like the Bible or the Quran or anything else. And the best thing you probably see in a Gurdwara is the free food, right? So, but the free food was not just like, okay, let's go eat for free. It's like, okay, look, me and you, we say we're equal, right? Yeah. But you could be from like a billionaire's family. Yeah. You probably never sit with somebody who's from like a poor. Yeah. But by having us sit together and eat the same food together, right? That's like breaking down those social barriers, yeah. So that's the kind of message. And what they tried to do was not just talk about this message, was kind of build systems and build like the text, which kind of made that be real, manifest it in the world. So that's what we're trying to make people aware of what we are. And
excellent, thank you.
No problem. What do you think? I mean, have you heard some of this stuff before?
Yeah, I've been to a Gurdwara before.
Cool.
So yeah, it's really cool. And you get the free food.
Yeah, exactly. It's lovely food, right?
Yeah.
We have a YouTube channel.
Excellent.
We set it up. It's been about a year. It's got like about 200 videos on there, like
Okay.
small videos or longer videos. It's all in English,
Yeah.
and it's all designed just to spread that basic message, you know, but a bit
Yeah.
more depth as well, looking at what the writings were and what they explain.
Are there ever any readings in English?
From the Guru Granth Sahib Ji.
Yeah.
So for example, in Southall, every Sunday, you know Southall, right?
Yep,
Yeah. So
yeah.
every Sunday at 6 p.m. we do an hour on the stage, from the main stage in English.
In English.
Yeah,
okay.
explaining what the writings are.
Yeah.
So if you want to come down to Southall on a Sunday, you know,
Yeah.
it's just easy for you to connect to that because it's in pure English. I actually do it. So
Oh, excellent.
yeah.
Thank you.
And
Thank you
the
ever so much.
recordings go on there.
All
So
right.
you can have a snap preview, try before you buy. You can just go on
Excellent.
YouTube, check out. You probably if you've heard of Japji Sahib, which is like the first prayer that all Sikhs do.
Yeah,
So that's an
really.
explanation of that. We've got it on there. So.
Thank you ever so much.
No problem. It's a pleasure.
Thanks
Nice
a lot.
talking to you.
You too.
All
Take
right,
care.
thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. If you have any questions, by the way, you can email us on the channel as well.
Thank you ever so
Okay.
much.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru.